Hi everyone, welcome back to another TimeGuessr daily challenge. We had a pretty decent score yesterday, 44,000. Hopefully we can improve on that today, otherwise my average is going to dip below 45,000 for sure. Let's just get straight into the game. Okay, here we go. This is definitely a reference to today's or yesterday's election, as I should say. This is someone saying vote reform. I think they only won 3 or 4 seats in total. Labour won by a landslide victory, which I'm quite happy about. It's one of those interesting ones, very topical. If you've been watching the news, you should know this. I would guess that this is the seat that Nigel Farage won, which is Clacton-on-Sea, just given the seaside motif and the vote reform reference. It's definitely going to be 2024, as Reform only actually started as a party within the last 4 years and only ran in this general election. I think was their first election. Now, Clacton-on-Sea, I'm not 100% sure where it is. I think it's in Essex. Or it's somewhere around here, so I'll have to find it. We've got Southend-on-Sea. Is it near Southend? I'm not really sure. It might take a bit of searching this. Where is Clacton-on-Sea? Oh well, I'll have a look around. I'm sure I'll find it eventually, and I'll get back with you when I found it. Ah, there it is. It was a bit further north than I was thinking. Clacton-on-Sea. So does this pier match with what we can see in the picture? I think it kind of does. It has a separate little end bit. This does that as well. Let's have a look at the satellite. Yeah, that round building on there makes sense. I'm not sure where this board would be. I'd assume it's probably quite close to the pier, but maybe not on the land itself. Maybe like here or something. I'm not sure 100%. It's going to be difficult to pinpoint exactly. Is there any clues as to where? No. We've got a Fanta can on the floor here. Someone needs to pick that up. We'll go for that. Can't be too far away. Yep. We were only 88 meters away. We were a bit further back. Okay, so a Reform campaigner carrying an electoral leaflet in Clacton-on-Sea. Okay, this looks like the D-Day landings. This kind of landing ship feels very much like that era. Have we got, do we know which country soldiers we're looking at? That'll put us solidly in 44. I think D-Day landings were in 44. Yes, they would be, because it was the 80-year anniversary to this year, so it would be 44. Do we have any clues as to the country? Looks American. Just gonna try and work out which beach it would be based on that, but it's hard to really say when you're just looking at the back of the helmets. If it's American, it would be Omaha or Utah Beach. I think Omaha is the bigger of the two. Not really clues. I don't know my historical weapons enough to know which armies carried which weapons. Can't see any flags on their helmets. Sometimes they had flags on them, but that's a shame. But I think we'll have to go with that. They look mostly American. But we won't be too far away either way. So we should be down here, is it? Yeah. Right, if we can work out which beach is which. I think it sometimes says on here, at least Google Maps does. I don't know whether Apple Maps says what beaches there are. Oh, that's Gold Beach. That was one of the British ones. Gold Beach. Doesn't say there. I think Omaha was the largest one. Omaha Beach is here. Okay, so let's have a look at the at the satellite view. See if there's do have some hilly areas. It is a large, long beach. This could be this hill that we're seeing in the background, possibly. So we could be somewhere out here, like there, maybe. Is that? It seems okay. Let's have a quick look at Utah Beach. I think Utah Beach was up around the corner, was it? I'm not sure. It was somewhere along there. Maybe it was further back here. I always forget the order of them. I think we'll leave it there then. I think Omaha Beach is more than likely correct. Let's go for it. 3 kilometers away, not terrible. Troops in a Higgins boat landing on Omaha Beach during the D-Day landings. Yep. So we were a bit closer to the beach and a bit further up the coast. Does that make sense? I suppose this is all quite hilly up to this field, I think. Okay. Decent start to today. Okay, that's the Capitol building in America, in Washington, D.C. So we can probably find this straight away. Washington, D.C. Capitol, United States Capitol. So if we're looking at it from a slight side angle, either going to be, we're on one of these curved paths by the look of it, so we're either going to be here or down here. We look like we have a building that comes out in front of it though. Maybe it's just the corner of this one. Or is it this thing down here? No, that's just the place for your rubbish. So I think here will be fine. Shouldn't be too far away unless we're on the other side. Oh, we could be on the other side actually. That might make more sense. Got steps coming up. Do we have? No, yes. So we must be on the other side because we've got steps coming up. So we'll be somewhere like this possibly. Looking this way. Do we see a long building across the back? No, are we looking the other way then? I think if we were looking that angle, we wouldn't see that building, so I think we might more likely be up this way. Maybe a bit closer. Yeah, maybe there. Okay, that'll do for location. Now, what year is this going to be? Some woman on horseback. So a cowgirl outfit maybe, or a ranger outfit maybe. I'm not sure. Do we have any cars in the background? Oh, we do. These look 20s, early 30s to me. That one looks a bit more modern. This one's quite boxy. Both still have tires on the back though. 32-ish possibly. Is it earlier than that? Looks a bit too rounded to be earlier than that. It's possible though. Can't really make them out. It's a bit of a long shot, but I think I'll go 32 on that. That's what my gut said. That's 27. Oh, we're on the other side. Damn it. 263 meters away. Okay, Von Seal Viking, a New Mexico cowgirl turned champion equestrian, riding her horse in Washington. Viking was attempting to ride her horse from New York City to Hollywood for a $2,500 $2,500 $25,000 bet. Interesting one. Yeah, a little off. The cards were hard to see there. Not bad though. Ooh. I recognise this building, but I'm not sure why. We have horse and carriage here. Few of them. This makes it pretty old. Do we have some language? Kaiser Frederick Museum. Is it German? Kaiser? Okay, Kaiser Friedrich Museum. I don't know if it's Frederick or Friedrich. Might be findable, this. If it is Germany, do we have any other writing? This looks like a German. Oh, I've got something pickle. I can't remember the name of the hat. It has a strange name. So, and that would match with them. Those kind of hats were common World War I hats. So we're going to be a German city with a big museum like this. Don't know if it's still called the Kaiser Friedrich Museum. It might be findable with satellite view. We've got a river, or a canal at least. More than likely a river though, right in front of the museum. So it might make it, and it kind of splits around the museum, it looks like. So definitely findable, but it's going to be a search and a half because I don't know immediately which city it is. Oh, not in Poland. Let's start in Berlin. See if it. We do have a river here. We have a river that splits. Let's just see whether there's any museum on the corner. No. Any other places where the river splits here? The Buddha Museum. It could be this. Does that look the same? Kinda does. That looks the same. Although the statue may have been removed since then. Maybe post World War I it was removed, or World War II, I don't know. But that building definitely looks right, and it's not called the Kaiser Frederick Museum anymore. It's called the Bode Museum, which I've heard of actually. So we would be on the opposite side of the bridge. And the bridge has a short bit here and a bit there, so I think we're like here on this straight. Oh no, we're on this straight before it turns, I think. So here. If I'm actually not in the water, there we go. Okay, that's a decent location, I think. Now the year is going to be a bit more difficult here. So I'm really not sure on this. Obviously we have horse-drawn carriages and no cars to be spoken of. These outfits I'm not 100% sure on. It's not one I'm super familiar with. The boater hats, that kind of hat. Was it pre-World War I or not? Suppose this could be pre-World War I, as we still have these soldiers, and they probably had these kind of helmets for 20-30 years prior to World War I, maybe. I think they got rid of them during World War I because they were very impractical and expensive to make. But obviously it's a statue. The statue could have been stood here for 50 years prior to this picture, so 100 years even. But no cause. Maybe like just pre-World War I then? 1910, maybe 1908. It's going to be a hard one. Not a lot of information to go off. Especially this woman's not really wearing like the Victorian outfits that you associate with that era. She's wearing a lot of clothes with a very long dress though. But she is elderly, so it's hard to say. Let's go 1909 in the middle. Let's go for it. It was 1914, so it was just pre-World War One. I know, World War One, 14 to 18, I believe. Yeah, perfect location, 0.7 meters away. So view towards the Emperor Frederick Museum today, the Body Museum in Berlin. Makes sense. Okay, hard to date that. I should have probably gone a bit closer to that. Okay, we're in the UK. We have another election-based reference here. Kick out the Tories, and vote Labour, but build a socialist alternative. This is the Socialist Worker Party, and this is John Major, former Prime Minister of the UK. He was elected in 1992, I believe. He was prior to Tony Blair, who came in 1997. And he looks fairly young here. He's got the most dinky little bullhorn ever I've seen. Obviously, the Socialist Worker Party are a very left-wing group in the UK. And then we have some Labour supporters. I'm not sure which city. Got a Quicksilver shop. Super Snaps, that's an old film development company. Don't exist anymore. Style, McDonald's. Don't really recognize this building. If I could read the area code, it might give me a clue there, but not really. Is this going to be London or not? Does he have any dates on these newspapers? No. So we're somewhere in the range between 92 and 97. Not sure on exactly when it would be. If it's in the run-up to an election, it's either up in the run-up to the 92 election or the 97 election. So we're between the two again, because it looks like they are saying vote for, so it would be in one of those. Thinking maybe 92 when John Major won in a surprise victory. We'll put it in 92 for now, and I'll have a think about that. I was quite young at this time, so I don't really remember it. This kind of outfit does seem earlier 90s than 97, I would say. Now location, Brook Street. Oh, we have a street here. Doesn't sound super familiar. It could be London. Given the size of the building, London makes more sense. It could be a northern city. It could be Leeds or somewhere like that as well. Doesn't seem hilly enough to be Leeds. Just thinking Labour tends to have more support in the north. Whether they would have such amount of support in London, I'm not sure. Any other clues? Not really. I'm gonna go London here. I could be wrong. It's just the safer bet out of all of those. I just can't find enough clues to work out if it's another city. A Brook Street in London. I don't know. Maybe near Oxford Street. If I could even find where Oxford Street is. It's around here somewhere, I think. Could be the Strand. Well, I'm not going to spend all day looking for this because I have no idea really. We'll leave it in. Or should we go in the city of London? No. Let's go to somewhere in the middle, just because it's not too bad. Are we sticking with 92 here? He does look young. He has the big 80s glasses on. But he did have them for most of his career. It's one or the other, and I just can't find enough. Again, big 80s glasses. Big glasses. That's leading me towards 92. Curtains hairstyle, solidly in the 90s. A very thin gold watch, also quite old. Yeah, we'll go with it. Because they would be angry kicking the Tories out after Thatcher's reign. Yes, it was 92. Oh, it was Luton. Was it Luton? So Conservative Prime Minister John Major attempting to drown out jeers and abuse from left-wing activists during a walkabout in Luton. So if it was 92 and they were saying vote Labour, he wouldn't quite be Prime Minister at that point. Surely this is the run-up to the election. But not terrible score. I wouldn't have got Luton, not in a million years. I've never been to Luton. Apart from the airport. That's the only thing I've been to there. Okay, 45 kilometres away. Final score, a good score, 47,441. That'll keep our average up nicely. I think there's some fairly easy rounds there today. Let's have a look at the leaderboard. It's not the leaderboard, at the breakdown. So round one, perfect score, almost. Just because I was a few meters off. 1 year, 88 meters away. 1 year, perfect year. Next one, again perfect year, but it's D-Day landing, so it's easy to get the perfect year on that. Not far away as well, 3 kilometers away. Next one, 5 years off at the Capitol building. Lost a few points there. Probably could have guessed earlier with those calls, but it's a shame. And next one again, 5 years off again in the German one. There was very little information to go on that. And no, perfect year, and it's 45 kilometers away. So overall, pretty good round today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.